Hello viewers, you are welcome back to this maths class as we look at angle of elevation and depression. Now before we can have complete understanding on this, you should know what we call horizontal line. Horizontal line is a line that is parallel to the surface of the earth. So this is horizontal line. You should also know what is a vertical line. Vertical line is a line that is perpendicular to the surface of the earth or that is perpendicular to horizontal line. Now, or we can say it's a line that is at right angle with the surface of the earth or with horizontal line. So this is vertical line, this is horizontal line. Now the next thing we should also note is what we mean by Z angle or alternate angle. Suppose you have two horizontal lines like this or two parallel lines, and we have a transversal, that is a line that is crossing the two parallel line. Now this has formed what you call Z angle. It has formed what you call Z angle, such a way that the angle here, if it is A, the angle here also will be A. If this is 30, this will be 30. So this 30, this also will be 30, because they are at alternate to one another. So this is what we call alternate angle or Z angle. So we should note that one. Now the next thing we should also note that has to do with angle of elevation and depression is what we call Pythagoras theorem. Now suppose I join this is the longest side I can have here, and this is called hypotenuse. Let's say this is theta and this is adjacent. This is opposite. It's opposite to this angle theta. So let's give it as opposite. Now, according to the Pythagoras theorem, it says that this side, which is the longest side, hypotenuse square, is the same thing as opposite square and then plus adjacent square. So this fulfills the Pythagoras theorem. The theorem says that hypotenuse square is equal to addition of opposite square and adjacent square. So that is Pythagoras theorem. Now, the last thing that we should know here before we go to angle of elevation, before we look at angle of elevation, the last thing we should note here is what we call trigonometric ratio. And what do we mean by that? There is a way we can link this adjacent side, opposite side, hypotenuse side, and the angle with one another. And we can use this relation. So then car 12. So we can use this relation to link the angle with the side. So this one is sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Then we have cos theta equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Then we have tan theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. So these are what we refer to as trigonometry ratio. Now we want to look at the angle of elevation proper, bearing all this in mind. Let's say we have horizontal this way, this horizontal line, and then we have, let's call it a wall or vertical line. This is a vertical line. And then we have a boy that is here and is looking straight. Let's call this one surface of the earth, the ground. And the boy is looking straight. So let's say this is a straight line. And all of a sudden, there appear to be a particular cat that is here. A cat. And the boy perceived that there is a cat at a particular height. And then he wanted to see what was going on. Of course, he will lift his eye so that he can see the particular cat. So this angle that he made as he looked up is referred to as angle of elevation. Now, the cat also now perceive that somebody is looking at it. Let's assume that the cat was looking here before, and I discovered that somebody was down looking at him up. So the cat also now looked down and at an angle of theta. This is angle of elevation. The cat looks down. This is angle of depression. And the angle of elevation is equal to the angle of depression, because this has made a Z angle, which is alternate angle. Therefore, you are right to say the angle of elevation is equal to angle of depression. So in any given calculation, the angle of elevation is always equal to angle of depression. So this is what we refer to as angle of elevation and then angle of depression. So from here, we see that this line is our adjacent. This vertical line is our opposite. And this longest line is our hypotenuse. So with this, you can now begin to answer any question on angle of elevation and depression.